The other thing I've done, which I'm also slightly down on, is Biggie, you brought it up before. I've been playing Star Citizen this week.
How has that gone?
Well, I'm going to tell you. So Star Citizen, if you aren't aware of it, is an in-development multiplayer space trading and combat sim game made by a company called Cloud Imperium Games for PC. This is quite famous that it was a Kickstarter 10 years ago, and it's still not out proper. It's still in alpha. It has been, in fact, the production of the game began in 2010. So it's been going on. This is the Chinese democracy of video games. It is basically the concept is taking stuff like Elite and that kind of game and just kind of like amping it up to the max. The intention for the game is to have this fully realized kind of universe. You can go around multiple star systems. Unlike, say, No Man's Sky, it's like not procedurally generated. Each planet is distinct or has something unique about it, even if it's a barren place. But the whole thing is like this whole massive universe, massively online thing where everyone can get together. They're calling it a persistent universe. So that's the intention of it. The thing is, so far through crowdfunding, as of September 2022, it's raised $500 million.
I know, it's some phenomenal amount, isn't it?
And it's not fucking finished.
So quickly, where do they stand? Because I've backed a few Kickstarter projects, and in fact, all the ones I have been successful. So where does it stand on that? Is it success or not? Because it's not even out, so they technically haven't released it, but they're still getting funding for it. I mean, I don't understand how it works.
Well, see, you can buy it and play it, but you play it in the alpha. It's basically early access, but as far as Kickstarter is concerned, it's still in development. It's a success, it's like a Kickstarter success. So this is the longest running. Maybe the longest running development game going. And like credit to them, the aspiration is fantastic. Like what they want to do is brilliant. I'm playing it at the minute because it's on a free week. They do a couple of them every year where, anyone can just get into it. Because if you want to buy into it, it's £45, which is fine. It's what the game costs. The problem is, when it's a free weekend, obviously loads of people go into it. And it's absolutely fucking backwards arse broken. Like, I've got a fucking stupid PC. I've got this overpowered thing that I won. I have had to knock this game down to low to medium settings to get it to run anything over 40 frames a second.
Oh, yeah.
It is janky as fuck. Your character walk speed is too slow, but his run speed is too fast. The frame rate is all over the place. Your interactions with the world sometimes don't make sense. It does not respect your time. So this is the run of the game. You load into the game. You wake up in whatever town that your last character was last in a room. Get out of bed. Get up. You then have to go out of your room, find the lift, go down in the lift, go into the lobby, out of your building into the town, find the tram station, wait for the tram to turn up, get in the tram, sit in the tram until it reaches the spaceport. You get to the spaceport. Then you have to go to a kiosk to get your ship retrieved from storage and then sent to a hangar bay. Then you have to get in the lift and go down 2 corridors to get to your hangar bay.
Oh, that sounds way too much like a day's work.
I was literally going to say the same.
It is ridiculous. Like, just again, it takes 10 minutes to get into space from spawning into the game. And that's if you can get a parking space, because if there's too many people in your server all trying to get their ships at the same time, it will put you in a queue to get your ship delivered for you to get into space.
How many servers are there? Is it like one big mega server, or is it several smaller ones?
No, it's region servers, but it's like US, EU, APAC, that kind of thing. Like, it's not many servers. There's a lot of persistent players at the same time. What else I noticed? Interacting with the world can sometimes be a little bit funny. The game crashes on the regular. Sometimes, there was one point I got into the game, I got out of my room, I got into the lift, and then I just got a star field in front of my eyes. I clearly fell through the map. But then I couldn't exit the game. I had to alt F4 to get out of it. I had to kill the game. What else? The flying bit of it, like when you get into space, it's fucking brilliant. It's like it's better than Elite Dangerous. It's so good when you're in space.
Wow.
The flying controls are great. Getting into hyperspeed is fucking brilliant. You can set your ship off in a direction and then get out your chair and go wander around the inside of your ship.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, it's really cool and really very immersive, but it's the point. Getting to that point takes you so long. The other thing is, this is Loading Screen Simulator 2023 at the minute, because I played for 2 hours today and I got 10 minutes of game time.
Oh, God.
Because it was constantly sitting on a loading screen or crashing out or whatever. Like, the game is not stable. And like, I am interested in Star Citizen. I have been since it was conceived, since I saw it. And I didn't back the original Kickstarter because I didn't have any money at the time. Like, I can afford £45 for this. I want to invest in this because it is really fun to play. The first-person shooting stuff, when you get into, like, I tried some of one of the combat arenas. First-person shooting, it feels like a Call of Duty game. It's great. But getting into that, it is so hard when the game is so unstable.
Mm.
And I don't know if the game will get more stable when it's out of the free period because there's less players on. Yeah, it's frustrating. Like, I would like this to be, even just move to beta, a bit more stable. The graphics are wonderful. Just the frame rate is so poor. It's so unoptimized. The frame rate stabilizes when you get out of the atmosphere and into space because basically you have less players around you.
Mm.
When you get onto a planet, whether it's a planet where you have to go and get something and there's people happens to be fighting on it, or whether it's like a city planet like you start at, that's when it slows right down. But like you fly straight from the ground into space, no loading screens, and it's impressive every time. And like, you hyperspeed up to a planet and it like comes into your view and then you stop and then you find where you need to go and you like go through the atmosphere and land, and it's great. And you see people just like having random battles. So like I'm going like picking up this parcel that I need to take to somebody, and like I can see in the sky there's like people doing dog fights around me, and like it's really when it works it's brilliant, but it fucking doesn't work.
It's good for that.
Yeah, but Elite Dangerous shit the bed when they started putting the out of ship stuff there.
Mm.
And that's the problem. Like I'm interested in this because it's trying to do what Elite Dangerous wanted to do, but Elite Dangerous got it so wrong. Also, the monetization of this game is obscene.
That's what I was about to ask about. So is it like a sort of, has it got its own basic like in-game economy? Like, is it comparable to, is it EVE Online?
Sort of. You can't buy credits in the game. Like at the minute, it's all everything you earn in game. You earn in game. You can't put money in to buy currency,
right?
Which I like, but that'll change when it gets released. They basically said this is just while it's in alpha. But what you can do is buy ships. Would you like to know how much some of the ships cost?
Oh, I've got a vague idea, but please tell us.
Okay, so if we go down to the bottom of the scale, and it's a long scroll down to the bottom of the scale, you can buy yourself, let's see, what's the first ship? It's an Aurora ES, and this is just like a little one-person ship for scooting about between planets. $20.
I ain't flying around in that shit wagon.
Oh, the lady wants something a bit more impressive. Well, then there's a Mustang Beta, which is a little fighting aircraft, and it's bright yellow. That one's $40.
Has it got cup holders?
It does.
Excellent.
But, I know the lady likes luxury. So if you want a space yacht, you can get the 890 Jump, which is one of the largest ships in the game. It has a spa. It has its own little cinema inside. You can sit in a virtual spa while you're being flown around places. $950.
Oh my
Real world cash.
Oh my God.
Or the most expensive one they have is the Javelin Destroyer. This is basically like a Star Destroyer. This is a fucking weapon of war. $3,000.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
And people are fucking buying them.
They're not selling these like fucking what's names are they? Not Bitcoin, the other one.
Crypto. They're not doing crypto.
No, the like the art ones and stuff. Why is the word?
NFTs.
And they're not selling them as NFTs then.
No. This is buying the ship in game.
Right.
You get it. You get to fly it. You can crew it however you want. But yeah, you can spend $3,000 on a bit of digital code.
People will though.
People do.
That's the trouble. People will and do, and that's why it's people just need to be seen in the most expensive thing that you can buy.
Yeah,
and also
I can't remember I can't remember if I paid for it in Elite, but I've got Elite Dangerous on my dashboard. I've got bobbleheads of letters, and it's got Biggie in bobble letters.
I mean, that's cute.
Wiggles as my craft flies around. That was quite cool.
The thing is, well, you can buy ships that are marked as in concept, so you can pay your money for them, but you don't get them yet because they're still kind of building them in the game. And then there are some that are kind of limited in stock, like that 890 Jump, the yacht one. There's only like so many of them allowed in the world because they're so fucking massive, and there's only certain starports that can take them. So like, it's frustrating because I really am interested in Star Citizen. I would like this to be a game I can play regularly, but my first impression of trying to play it is nothing but pure frustration.
I mean, it can change though, can't it? Like, I think I read recently that they were advertising for staff to work in some huge office they're opening in the UK.
Yeah.
So they're opening studios all over the place. So they're expecting it to be big.
They've got the money.
Yeah.
There's also supposed to be this campaign mode coming out for Squadron 42, which has got like loads of like really famous people in, like Mark Hamill's in it and people like that. That doesn't appear to have appeared ever. I don't know what's going on with the campaign, but there you go.